Okay, welcome back to Guitar Lessons Fast, Fun, and Easy, our continuing lesson on the chromatic scale. Uh, how does it fit or work in the guitar? Well, it's all over the place. If you remember on the whiteboard when we looked, it went from a C all the way up to another C for one octave. It does the same thing on the guitar. It's going to do a bunch of octaves, but it's just going to start on a different note, start from a different note. And so we're going to start on string number 6, our low E string. Remember in a previous lesson, our open strings, the names of them is E, B, G, D, A, E. And it's going to do one octave, so from the 6th string it's going to go from E all the way up to the 12th fret for another E, because the notes across the 12th fret are the same as the notes open here. They're E, B, G, D, A, E. So if you know them down here at the bottom of the neck, you know them also up here at the 12th fret, across the 12th fret. So we're going to go from E to E for one octave on the 6th string. Again, up here at the 12th fret where the two dots are. They're on the fingerboard and here on the side of the neck. You can see the two dots. These dots are called position markers. And they're put on the guitar so when the musician or guitarist is performing in poor light, dark, it's hard to see. You can look down and see the dots because they contrast in color. If you have a dark colored neck, the position markers, the dots, the position markers will be light in color. Where if you have a light colored neck, like say a maple neck guitar, a light colored neck, like say a Fender Telecaster or something, the dots then will be dark, will be black. So they always contrast in color, so it's easy to see when you're performing in poor lighting. To let you know what fret, what position you are on the neck. That's why they're called position markers. Alright, so back to the chromatic scale. So again, it's all over the guitar. We're going to start with string number 6 here. Open is an E. Now, to do this chromatic scale, we're going to do what's called the 1 fret per finger rule. We go now, what comes after E, here open, well, we go up to the 1st fret. So the 6th string, 1st fret with the 1st finger. We want our fingertip, we want it right behind the fret. What comes after E in the alphabet? F. This is one of those that has an enharmonic in between. It's one of those trick spots that goes from E right to F. Next note up, because remember this is up the neck. So we go in the 6th string, 2nd fret with the 2nd finger. Again, fingertip, not the flat of the finger, but the fingertip right behind the fret. So what comes after F? Remember, here's where the trick starts. It will be the same. It'll be another F, but sharp. So that is F sharp. Well, if you remember, there's two types of notes, natural and enharmonic. So this is an F sharp, and every time there's a sharp, there's always a flat with it, and the flat's the next letter in the alphabet. What comes after F? G. So F sharp or G flat is what that one is. We go up one more to the next fret, 6th string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger. See, we're so far, each finger is covering a fret. This was a G flat. What comes next? Well, it's going to be the same. It's going to be another G, but G natural, not flat anymore. This was G flat. We're going up the neck, so we're raising the pitch as we're going up. We're sharpening notes. So if you sharpen a G flat, it's no longer flat anymore. It's just a natural G. Up one more, 6th string, 4th fret. This time with the 4th finger, fingertip just behind the fret. This was a G. Again, we're doing the trick. This was a natural G. So what comes out? What's next? It's going to be another G, but this time a G sharp. So there's G sharp. And every time there's a sharp, there's always a flat again. It doesn't go to H flat. It's only the first 7 letters in the alphabet. H is the 8th. So it goes back to A. So it's G sharp or A flat here. That's a tricky one. But you notice so far when I did this, every finger was covering a fret, the 1 fret per finger rule. First finger, first fret, second finger, second fret, third finger, third fret, fourth finger, fourth fret. So we're right there. We need to go here to the 5th fret. So it's simply gonna go like this. Shift our hand up like that. Now our first finger's there. Look, the 1 fret per finger rule is going to happen again. We're going to do it again when we get to here. We're going to shift like that. And there, we're at the 12th fret. We'll be finished. There'll be 1, 2, 3 hand positions. Will cover all the notes in the chromatic scale up the octave. Well, we're here on the 6th string, 5th fret. The note previous to that was a G sharp or A flat. Our hint is A flat. The next one will be the same, another A, but natural, not flat anymore, A natural. Up one more, 6th string, 6th fret, 2nd finger. The note previous, you remember, was an A. The next one will be the same. It's another A, but it's sharp, A sharp. It's an anharmonic. What comes after A in the alphabet? B. So it's A sharp or B flat. Up one more. Up to the 7th fret now, 6th string 7th fret with the 3rd finger. The note previous was a B flat. Remember the trick. Just keeps doing this trick all the time. It was a B flat. It's just a plain old B now, a B natural. And up. Now go up to the next one. The little finger. So you got 1 fret per finger rule working. Well, here we're going to go to there, the 8th fret, 6th string 8th fret. This was a B. Here's one of those trick spots that the trick doesn't work. It goes from a B right to a C. But that's the alphabet again. A, B, C. We need to jump to here. We're just going to shift our hand. There's the 1 fret per finger rule working again. And we were at C, up 1 to the 6th string 9th fret. What comes after C? It's going to be another C, but sharp this time, C sharp. It's an anharmonic. What comes after C in the alphabet? D. So it's C sharp or D flat, because every time the sharp is always a flat with it. So I'm saying the same thing over and over. Next, 6th string 10th fret, 2nd finger. This was a C sharp or D flat. Our hint is the D flat, because the next one would be just a natural D. Up one more to the 6th string 11th fret. We had a D. That's our hint, D. The next one will be the same, D sharp. Be a D, but just sharp. Again, I say it's an enharmonic D sharp. What comes after D in the alphabet? E. So it's D sharp or E flat. Because every time there's a sharp, there's a flat. Up one more to the 6th string 12th fret. Our hint was the previous note was E flat. Now it's just a natural E. And then we're finished, because we did 1 octave. We went from E all the way up to E. If I keep going up to the 13th fret, it just starts repeating itself all over again into a 2nd octave. But we're only interested for now in that 1st octave. So it goes like so. E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, D, C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E. Doing your whole chromatic scale, the octave. If we go to the 5th string, well, remember that starts in an A. So we go A. Next one up is A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, G, G sharp or A flat, A. See, it went A to A for 1 octave. If you go to the 4th string to do it, that starts on a D. So it'll go D to D for 1 octave. It's following the chromatic scale. It's just starting in a different spot than it did on the whiteboard that went C to C. It's going E to E, the 6th string, A to A, the 5th string, etc. So you're working on trying to memorize that. You're also working on following the 1 fret per finger rule with your fingertips. fingering the note just behind your frets. We wouldn't want to be way back here fingering that one. We might get fret buzz and a poor quality sound. We want to be right behind our frets. Another thing to think about when you're doing this that we really should be doing is with our right hand technique, is we should have our hand anchored. Because whenever you're playing single notes like this, a scale, leads, single notes, melodies, etc., we should have our hand anchored down. I anchored my wrist here at the string pins. Anchoring gives you stability, and stability is going to help to give you accuracy. So we should be anchored the whole time that we're picking this. Also, and this is really important, we should be alternating our picking. Going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we're alternating here. You don't want to do all down strokes or all up strokes. Because if you're doing all down strokes, you're wasting some of those up strokes. Like for instance, here's an example. If I pick this note, it could be any note, I'm just picking this one. Only with down strokes, as fast as I can, listen. You hear that sounds like. Now if I alternate it, you hear how faster that is. There's no way I can do that kind of picking with just down strokes. You got to alternate to do this. So you want to get in the habit of alternating right now as early as possible, doing this chromatic scale. Even if you want to do each note twice, like E, down, up, F, down, up, F sharp or G flat, down, up, G, down, up, etc. If you want to do each one twice, fine. Otherwise, you just alternate from one to the other. Down, up, etc. And you get in the habit of alternating, which later on we're going to apply to songs, because it's going to make it easier, better pick. It's more efficient doing it. They call it economical picking or practical picking. It's more efficient, logical picking. The golden rule for all right hand technique is minimum movement for maximum effect. So we don't want to waste downstrokes or upstrokes. Okay, this was a longer lesson. I hope that helped. We'll talk more about this again another time, because these left hand and right hand techniques, because they're so important. Good luck. Thank you.